Well, shit. It happens. We all know that, right? There's nothing new there. But timing is everything. And if you can stick with me for a second, I'll explain it all to you. So, I was shooting a video for last week, in fact, and I just wanted to show you guys some of the accent pieces that I've just added to the Bob and just kind of get into the up and coming installs that I'm going to be doing, because I do have some of the parts but not all of the parts, so that's kind of where the holdup is. So the day I was shooting that, that evening, I got cut off, and it wasn't a high speed or anything like that, but I had to hit the brakes hard enough to not hit the motorcycle in front of me, and I dropped the bike. So consider this a public service announcement and my overall endorsement for crash bars. We spend tens of thousands of dollars on our motorcycles, especially if you're riding a Harley. Hundreds to thousands of dollars on parts and accessories, making the bike ours, making it faster, making it look nicer, dialing it in. All these things cost a lot of money. You guys know that. That's why you're here, right? So that same day, before I dropped the bike, someone actually made a comment asking me about the strength of the rear crash bars on the Street Bob by HD Babalis. That's the company who sent me the crash bars. Very reasonable. Go check them out online. Highly endorse crash bars. In particular these, because they are now crash tested, right? So because of the crash bars, the damage that I got on the bike was just that. It was the crash bars and the brake pedal arm system there. And I'll show you, I got all this stuff out on the table here. In fact, I've already ordered the parts, and most of the parts are actually on the bike already now, so we'll get into that in a second. But anyway, so it saved the exhaust, it saved the engine, the tank, the bars. I mean, you name it. For even if I bought the rear crash bars, they were less than $100, and I've got the Harley Davidson bar up front, which is only a couple $100. So figure like around $300, I saved thousands of dollars. Now I had to obviously buy it again, but that's what they are. They're crash bars. You crash and you replace them. I had to buy them again, but even that, it'd still be cheaper than if I didn't have it and I had to foot the bill for the damage on the bike. So before we get into the damaged parts, let's go over, I'll show you some of the accent pieces that I was meaning to show you, and then I'll show you guys the damaged parts, and we'll talk about, you know, what else is coming next. We'll talk about the other projects and stuff like that, because you'll see how this all dials in. So let's get over to the bike. All right, so you see I got a new crash bar here. I'm waiting on my replacement wheels. I already got the new cross threads brake pedal arm in there. I'm just waiting on the peg and the new rear crash bars. Now, if you look here, I've got these OG Moto sliders on here. That did not come with the crash bars. I bought them separate from OG Moto. I mean, most of the accent pieces on here are from OG Moto, so I thought it was a nice touch. Just so you know, it does fit, and I think it looks good. If we move up to the bars here, same thing. Just like I said, just some accent stuff. Got that matching the riser top clamp, so I think that looks nice. And down here, probably kind of hard to see, but I've got the derby cover side installed as well. All right, so like I said before, the new stuff is on. Let me show you the damage that the crash bars took and the brake pedal took. So this is the damage that the Harley front bar took, and you can see how crooked that is. But like I said, it saved the bike. Maybe see it more that way. Look at that, right? Good job, crash bar. The rear crash bar, you can see how that's twisted here. I only had to replace one side, so this is actually a new one here, but you can see how straight that is compared to that. And neither one of these crash bars came off the bike in any way. Just the skateboard wheel that I have here, the one on the other side. So those OG Moto things, right? So I had these installed for, I don't know, a handful of days before it went down, but in case you're wondering, these are billet. they did the job. And the brake arm being the lowest point on the bike, I lost the brake pedal snapped off. I think it was Arlen Ness one, and this just got all scraped up here. So no harm, no foul in total. Not that bad. Crossbred Cycles has really good prices on their parts. HD Babalis crash bars are less than $100, and this is just a little over 200, I believe. So, but for that, and even having to replace it, I saved all of this. I saved this, you know, whatever else could have laid down if the crash bars weren't there would have had to been replaced. So, like I said, fully endorse these. I don't care what brand they are. If you don't have crash bars, if you think they're ugly, whatever the case is, get yourself some crash bars. That's all I'll say. I'll leave it at that. So back to the video I was trying to film. One of the things I was going to talk to you guys about was one of the upcoming installs. Like I said, I'm just waiting on some parts. But I had planned on addressing the front brake for the Street Bob. And the most economical way I could find out is a big brake rotor kit. And so I got this adapter kit here, also from OG Moto, and I ordered a couple of rotors, and you'll see which ones they are when they get here. And the idea was to improve the front brake. And honestly, if I would have had the big brake kit on there already, I really believe that I could have avoided going down, because it was super close. I had to brake super hard, and I just missed the bike in front of me by like that much. It cut me off. It was making a left from the center lane. I had no idea it was going to do that, but no harm, no foul. Shit happens, right? So now when I put this on, I plan on doing a test. And I know there's other people out there who have done it, but these are different rotors and different brake kit and all that. So I'm going to take the Bob out, do a couple of runs at different speeds, and see how much distance it takes to stop with the front brake. Then we'll do the upgrade, and we'll do the same thing just to see how much there is to gain from bigger rotors, better rotors on a single side rotor bike like the Street Bob. So look out for that. I'm just waiting on the rotors. I even got these real pretty art bolts for the rotors. Yeah, so in a nutshell, that's really it. I just wanted to touch base with you guys. I know with the holidays and everything else like that, I haven't put out a video in a week or two, but I've got stuff coming hopefully by the end of the week, and we're just going to keep rocking. So Happy New Year, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one.